Okay, I'm going to introduce chapter or lesson 7's vocabulary in Se'au. I like to pronounce it Se'au because I think that's funny. First and foremost, as you guys are going through lesson 7, you'll see on page 70 to 71, they're going to introduce 5 different kinds of adjectives. Now, what is being introduced are not 5 different functions of the adjective, but simply 5 different patterns for the adjective. So some will follow a-o pattern, like a katol, gadol, and such, kadosh, karov. Others will be like kaved or maleh, ra'ev, zaken. So they're giving you various examples of each of these 5 forms, right? And we're going to see all of these in the vocabulary here. When it comes to the use of the adjective, how the adjective actually functions, that's going to be on page 72, and that's a somewhat similar description to what you'll be reading in the Kutz-Jasperger grammar. So please do read that. And then on page 73, a very important note is the agreement of the adjective, and that is what I will sometimes call principle that adjectives never lie, and we'll talk more about that in class. But essentially, adjectives will always agree with the noun they're modifying in gender and number. Okay, so let's go over these now. Our first is acher, so another or other. So I could say ha'ish ha'acher, right? The other man. Could say similar is acheret, right? That's the feminine singular. So I could say isha acheret, another woman, yeah, or acherot. You can see the usual kind of ot ending there for the feminine. We have gadol, which is great, big, large, and this is not always physical. This is sometimes used in such contexts as renown, right? So it talks about the fact that Yov or Job was an ish gadol, right? He was a great man or a man of renown. Zaken is an elder person or elderly, older person. So I could say Ha'ish Zaken, the man is or was old. You could say, you can see Zaken, if that helps you remember things, that he has a cane. Chazak is strong or powerful. And we have a related verb, very similar. You can see just slight differences here. Chazak, chai is alive or living. So, for instance, you could say ha'ish chai, the man is alive, or ha'ish hachai, the living man, depending upon whether it's predicate or attributive use. Chayim is life. Tov, and again, of course, that's a noun, not an adjective. Tov is good, beautiful, can be used in a lot of other ways as well. But you go ahead and learn these glosses, and that'll be a good start. Yafeh is handsome or beautiful. Yakar is precious, valuable, rare. Remember that all of these can be and will be inflected in various ways. So ish yafeh, a beautiful or a handsome man, isha yafa, and then anashim, the people or men, anashim yafim, nashim yafot, and so on, right? So yakar, yashar is upright, just, straight. Yosher is the noun form. Yeshara. Kaved is heavy, severe, important, from which, of course, we get kavod, which is glory or honor. And this idea of heaviness also extends to, where we'll see the verb form of this, to honor your mother or father, and I believe that has to do with providing for them monetarily, and we can talk about that more perhaps in class. All right. So we have katon, right? Ha'ish hakaton, the small man, the insignificant man. Katan, all right. Katana, so this is the feminine singular. Ktanim, masculine plural, and then of course we would have ktanot. Rav, and you can see this is has a very wide semantic range. Rov, which is the noun, but it's ra is bad or evil or ugly. Ra'a or ro'a, a number of different noun forms of this. Ra'ev is hungry. Ha'ish ra'ev, the man is hungry, or ha'ish ha'ra'ev, the hungry man. Ra'av is the word for famine. Ra'ev is sort of the stative verb form. Rasha, wicked. Yeah, so Hamelech HaRasha, the wicked king. Avraham and Yaakov, some names there. So this is our first foray into adjectives, and again, I'm only going to be focusing on probably the 17 or so main or core terms, which you have in your book, but it's good to go through all of them, right? So acher, gadol, zaken, chazak, chai, tov, yafe, yakar, yashar, kaved. I'll only be asking you about adjectives. I won't be using any of those nouns in the quiz, but good that you learn them, okay?